From the Labour blog, Left Foot Forward, is with me now. Now, we all thought this was going to be the great digital election, the online campaign after America and President Obama, but it's actually a TV election.
Quite right. I just tweeted before I came on, being asked to talk about the digital election. Surely this is the TV election. I mean, it's been incredible how this has changed everything.
It has. I mean, do you think the influence of bloggers as well in this election has been reduced? You said you've just tweeted by Twitter, because somehow it's more instantaneous.
Well, I was always a bit sceptical about whether the internet would have the same impact in the UK as it did in America. I think there's two uses of the internet. One is blogging and Twitter, which is about amplifying messages, pushing out some of the writing that's done, building a community of people who are really interested in politics and want to get to the bottom of issues. The other side of it, which I think perhaps there's more interest in the internet from a perspective of how it's changing the election, is what's done by the parties in terms of their sort of databases and collecting information on voters and so on. And that, I think, is more profound, but it's sort of less interesting and a bit more sort of technical, so a bit harder to sort of put across.
I mean, there is also the element of cash. Labour's broke to a certain extent, certainly compared to the Tories. I mean, Labour to some extent would love, wouldn't they, to be pushing posters up everywhere, anti-conservative posters. They can't afford to do so, so they're being reduced to some extent to sort of emailing and blogging journalists and voters. So it's a sort of second best, do you think, or not?
I don't think it's second best, actually. I think that something quite profound has changed in society over the last few years, and Facebook is sort of a symptom of that rather than a cause of it. And that's that people are retreating back into their communities and listening much more to the people around them, rather than accepting what's projected to them from the mainstream media. So in that sense, a word-of-mouth campaign and a return to going door to door and talking to people's neighbours about the election, about the issues, is a really good way of doing it. And the internet can enable that, because you can aggregate all those different things that's going on, as Labour activists do, by every time they go out canvassing on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon or in a weekday evening, they can tweet, met some voters today, the key issues here are street lighting and local housing, and then you do a hashtag Labour doorstep. And then you can go and see what everyone else is saying about their experience canvassing. So it brings together all this local action at the sort of national level.
Will Straw, thank you.